Fellas, top of the morning. That torrential downpour that caused a the Mammy's doing all right, folks. A lot of people tune in for the Mammy. Couple broken leaves, couple holes in the leaves, but we're powering through. I think you see all this new green stuff here, huh?
Yeah.
Up top there, we're losing some color. I don't really know how this works. I don't know if you get the color back or if it's lost. But we're gonna play through all the Mammy injuries, dude. The other day during the storm, I had a show. I don't want to say the club because I respect this place, but I was on stage, and during the storm, I guess it's not their fault. It's the storm's fault, right?
Yeah.
It's Roscoe's. But I did my set, 15 minutes up top. I was just opening Andre Ricks and Friends, shout out. And I was about to say the next comic's name. Lights go out. I'm on stage, dark. Everyone's looking at me. They can't really see me because it's pitch black.
Yeah.
But I can feel them. You know, I went a cappella for a minute. And then Andre just poked his head. No one was communicating to me from the back on what to do in this situation. My time was up. I did my set. Lights are out. I'm on stage. I'm scared.
But the spotlight was on?
No, nothing.
So it's just dark.
It's dark. The microphone's off.
How's the set going in the dark?
In the dark, I mean, I don't know, dude. There's like, I hear scurrying about. I hear laughs and giggles, but I also feel like people are trying to figure out are we getting our money back? What's going on? This was the first guy.
Right, and you're not getting any direction. Fun. It'd be crazy if they just opened the door and that the light just shined in a smidge and it just landed on Matty.
Yeah, and they're like, keep going.
Beautiful.
Do 5 more.
Do 5 more.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Get our money's
But
worth.
How long?
That was a nightmare. It's a nightmare situation.
How long were you up in the dark before you were given direction? Like
Dude,
how
like a
long
minute,
of
like more than a minute, maybe 2.
Okay, so you tried to go into a bit.
Dude, I tried to be like, yo, you guys want to try to rally the troops?
Yeah.
I tried to rally the crowd, and they were kind of into it, but you could just tell that the production team was not.
Yeah.
And I get that as a guy. Like, if I'm comic number 4, I'm like, no, we're good. Call this shit. But if I'm comic number 2 and I've been waiting, just let me go do it.
Did you say something like, "What do y'all think about dark material?"
Nice.
No,
This set's
Who
been
wants
lights
to-
out.
Yeah, who wants
I
to
should've.
get darker?
I tried doing I said this thing. I was like, this did not work. I was like, by the way, the lights did not turn out. You guys didn't realize it. We had an employee behind every single one of you. They just put a blindfold on your face. This is just
great.
part of the show. And everyone's like, what are you doing, dude? And I'm trying to play through the nothingness right now. I'm in an abyss. Vortex.
I probably would have just been like, haha, we did this because we're robbing you, which would have created chaos and
then made a
ruined the show.
train noise on my
gun
phone.
goes off.
Yeah. Hop in the train, boys.
Yeah.
To rob a train, that's sexy. Okay, what's the sexiest heist? A train robbery, an art heist, or a bank?
Don't forget casino. Like
Take
Ocean's
bank
11.
out because that's too generic. Throw casino in,
Throw
Phil. That's
casino
why
in.
we have you in the fucking
That's what I'm
right
here
seat,
for.
baby.
Here for
And the
the
left seat's
volley.
good too. I mean, that's an
No,
important
it's okay.
seat. It's a balanced
No, I
situation.
understand. That was a good call.
But so what's that? What's the hottest heist? Out of the 3 of us, who's gonna perform which one of the heists? I think I would like to volunteer for casino, but I'm up for discussion.
Yeah.
I think we send Phil to the art museum because he dresses like this.
Yeah.
And then
No,
you would fit
No,
in.
you blend in
I
better.
think
fit
I was
in
there
great.
for
Yeah.
fair.
They might think you're an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look at me, they'd be like, oh, your
And then,
girlfriend brought
Brandon,
you here.
you have train robbery body.
Yeah.
Going
yeah.
cart to
dude.
cart, up the little ladders.
I'm intimidating. I'll
Yeah.
shoot shots into the roof.
But correct me if I'm wrong, and I know you're not that flexible. I feel like, but I also feel like you can hide. I feel like you weren't getting.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like in hide and seek, you were doing all right.
Yeah. I'd be one of those guys that I could like spread out on the roof and
'Cause
hold
you're a
myself
great-
up and like, where'd he go?
You're a great finder. The
Yeah.
guy who's got to count and go get them because
Yeah.
you got the neck
There's
of a
no hiding
giraffe,
from
the
the
arms
law.
of an ostrich. I said
Call
that
him
backwards, but
Brandon the Kid.
Brandon the kid.
yeah.
Old folklore.
Yeah.
Western train.
Does the
robbery.
word "ollie ollie oxen free" mean anything to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it when you free everyone from tag when they're in the untag zone or something?
I think it's up for interpretation, neighborhood to neighborhood. As long as the word's alive. I think everyone used it differently. For us, there was a bass. You touch the bass. If you say "ollie ollie oxen free," it's like telling the umpire timeout. You can walk away from the bass.
Yeah, that's what it was like I remember it being like a tag game like in Braveheart or something.
Or we would call it ghosty toasty for some reason because then now you're a ghost and you can't be touched. You've won the game.
Yeah.
And you're toasty.
What were you guys doing? Phil painting picket fences?
Ollie oxen free meant the same thing. It's like come out wherever you are.
So yours was like the start of a hide and seek round or something?
I think you would yell. I think like you said, you would yell it if you won or something.
Oh yeah, like you were touched. Yeah,
Once you touch the base, once
you're
the safe
good.
guy.
It was like a war cry. It was you just absolutely shitting on someone. Are we good?
We nervous?
No, I have no memory of pressing.
Yeah, man, dude. That's like the real producer life dilemma. Every time I record
No
a
memory.
podcast, which is my job, every time I record it, 2 minutes into the pod, I go, did I even start anything?
Yeah.
And I verbally, like, when I produce, I go, camera 1 rolling, camera 2, and it's more me telling myself, and then I still sit down and go, oh, fuck, shit.
Somebody sent me or maybe you put it on your story, like a reel the other day of a guy.
Not, bro. And they go,
realize
and rap.
That's it. Thanks for coming by, squad. And the dude
Timothy
behind
Chalamet,
the dude behind the camera's like, oh, he didn't even press play. I was like, hey, yeah, good shit. It's very funny.
Yeah, very relatable.
But I think we just found our trio buddy comedy.
Is us robbing
the
things?
heists.
Yeah,
the heistman.
I
Triple heist movie.
The triple heist movie, is that the title? Coming this summer, the triple heist movie.
Yeah.
You knew 1 heist, but what about 3?
Ocean's 36.
Yeah, you remember Ocean's 11. You remember. What's the one in
Ocean's 12.
What's that one in Italy?
Ocean's 12.
Oh, the Italian Job.
You remember the Italian Job?
Was the Italian Job in Italy, or did they just use like Mini Coopers?
Mini Coopers. You said that pretty Mexican.
Did I?
Do you realize that?
No, Mini
I
Coopers.
like that.
Yeah, it's like you were
to-
referring to your friend.
And I think, did you throw an S at the end? Mini Coopers.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty Mexican too, making it plural.
Mini Coopers.
I like that. Dude, my neighbor Hugo over here, shout out. He built this deck.
Oh, nice.
Doesn't speak much English, but when I try to speak Spanish at him to further my cultural journey, he's not biting. He only wants to do English with me. But I think he understands though that my basic greeting he can't really follow up with much. He's got to give me softballs if we're gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of not doing the same. What do we got? We got anything on that one?
Got over me before I could see it.
Can't see it. Too many
Right,
clouds.
dude. I hate when clouds and snow will get you just as harsh as the sun.
Yeah. You have,
Really get you.
don't you have to wear goggles when you snowboard because your
Oh, yeah.
eyes will get sunburned or
Yeah,
something?
you got to.
Because it reflects.
Yeah.
That might
I
not
didn't
be
know
true.
that. I
but
mean, I wear them because I
figure
just
out
can't
the-
see otherwise.
Yeah.
It's bright. And they make cool colors. Like you could have your whole vision pink on the mountain. It's pretty sick.
that feels dangerous.
The whole thing is kind of
Yeah.
you're an avalanche away. You're a sneeze away from just being the
does
abominable
feel like-
snowman up there.
There shouldn't be different options, right?
No, yeah,
Why
you
would
should.
want it to be pink.
Hey, you want to go? You want to go 30 miles per hour with nothing around
Right.
you?
Well,
in
you do it on
pink?
the
Right.
you do it on the really cloudy, hazy days where it's kind of dark, and so the brighter colors just make it brighter for you.
okay.
You actually can see better
So
that
you
way.
can see the tree
But
you're
on a
about to smack.
on a very bright day, if you went pink, you would just probably blind yourself. Honestly,
Yeah,
It'd
Your
just
Honor,
be
I didn't-
so pink inside.
I couldn't see the kid. All I saw was pink. I didn't see him when I hit him. Then I saw red. It was tough.
Oh,
A
man.
pink jacket.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been wearing pink.
Wearing
He was
pink.
asking for it.
They made these legal.
But dude, me and Phil went to a movie premiere last night.
How was it?
Phil had a great couple scenes.
Yesterday
They kind of,
morning.
to be honest with you, they kind of cut me out. I was in the background,
Yeah.
and I am credited. I was in there a lot. Like, I saw my face a bunch, and I'm just kind of sitting there with my fiance, like, it's coming, baby. It's right around the corner, and then boom, done. But I'm not. It didn't bum me out. It's just like that feels like something when you invite someone to a premiere. Maybe mention.
Yeah, that they're not like that. You got cut a little bit.
Yeah.
Stamped card from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, kid, this is your big moment at
Yeah.
this. No,
But I forgot about really being in it anyway, so I didn't really give a shit. But it was cool to see I was in there, you know?
Yeah.
They threw my name in the credits. I'll take it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, at the end.
You weren't in there at all?
Was in there a bunch. Are you listening to any of this?
Yeah, but it was yesterday, and
that's a
Huh?
long time ago.
eaten slept
Yeah.
since then.
No, I was in there
Did
a
you have
bunch.
more Cheez-Its?
No, that was a one-off.
Okay.
Are you laying off the cheeses?
Yeah, laying off GoPuff.
Yeah. You just been abusing the entire app.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm getting ice to my front door and my eggs and milk from GoPuff.
Did you say ice?
Crazy, dude.
You don't have ice? You don't.
Like an ice machine?
I don't know. Or a freezer?
I do have a freezer.
Put the ice trays in.
That's a hassle.
Dude,
All
ice
right,
trays-
cool.
Never lasts long enough.
Phil, ice tray. you use an ice tray. That's the quickest way to make me feel like a suburban mom.
It also they do suck.
Oh, bro,
They
there's not a
suck.
single. I've never owned an ice tray that I didn't end up just cracking when I tried to break it.
Yeah,
Like I always end up just breaking the damn thing entirely when I try to pop a cube out.
I also
And then who
bought
wins there?
I bought one of those the like tabletop ice makers because my old apartment didn't have an ice maker in the freezer.
That's dope.
And dude, no, like you have to really spend money. I bought like the $80 one.
Oh, okay.
And there was like
You got the
$400
air
ones.
fryer version of like the ice machine.
Bro,
you
it
got
made-
the Oster Bay
Yeah.
ice machine. Yes.
One like full batch was enough for like one person's water, and it took like 2 days to make it. It was fucking horrible, dude. It sucked, and then it immediately got mold. It was a horrible investment. We just threw it away.
I'm trying to think of like the worst. Like my dad bought that soda maker machine back in the day. There it is,
Yeah.
Soda Stream. He's like, Matty, it's revolutionary. We're never gonna have to buy a can of soda again. Any flavor, Matty, pick your flavor. All right, we can do crazy. Matty, you could do peppermint soda if you want. We could just throw anything in there. Used it one time. My dad's like, "This is fucking dog shit, dude." Karen, go get the Cokes. sends her down the street, dude.
Was it that bad?
We actually weren't a Coca-Cola household. We were ginger ale. How about that?
Ooh,
Canada,
interesting.
Canada Dry. Shout out to the Big North,
ginger
the
ale house.
51st state. Big ginger ale household. Let's talk about this. Did your fathers keep a consistent beer in the fridge?
Yeah, Tecate and Bud Light.
My dad went. Modelo Pacifico, and then every now and then he would have those Japanese Sapporo beers in there, and
Ooh,
those like
nice.
silver bullet cans.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
And my first beer that I ever stole from the fridge and drank was a Sapporo, and that is not a good first beer. That's heavy.
No,
yeah.
Sam, I stole a Tecate. Horrible first beer
Really
to
bad.
drink.
It's
Like,
light, isn't
lukewarm.
it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, it's a Mexican beer that like I don't actually
It's a
really
Mexican
like as an
beer.
adult.
It's a
It's
Mexican
terrible.
beer that's like their commercials used to be just like Texan, like Tecate.
Tecate.
Yeah, that was good, dude. Wow.
Tecate. Come and have a drink. Quench your thirst
Tecate.
with Tecate.
That's really
I like
good,
that,
Brandon. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
And then
I
I think they used that same voice for the El Paso Salsa commercials back in the day. I don't know if you remember El Paso Salsa.
I remember the brand. I don't remember the commercial. I think commercials are kind of being forced back in. Like all the streaming things are getting ads now, and people aren't wanting to pay. But there's going to be people don't know commercials like we did. We had a fun generation of TV being big, and then but you couldn't skip commercials,
Right.
and you just watched them, and you kind of fell in love with commercials.
Yeah.
I never got over the monotony of commercials. It still kind of drives me crazy.
Yeah,
If
there's
I'm watching something, I don't want to see the same commercial twice,
Yeah.
let alone 8 times.
Do you-
That drives me insane.
Do you think it was better back in the day because commercials were bigger, so everyone bought spots, or we just not remember? Because my thing now is like there's so little commercial spots because there's less live TV that it's like, yeah, when you're watching football, it feels like I watch the same stupid fucking one over and over and over again.
I got like a phone call or something.
I would put it on Do Not Disturb or even airplane mode.
Airplane
but
mode to move.
That's what I do when I use the phone to record.
What were you saying there?
About the commercials. I
Yeah.
feel like now more than ever, because there's probably less commercial spots, it's the same. Like, dude, how many times did you see Bundle Ruski, Bundle Ruski, Bundle Ruski, or like
Right.
the chicken, the BK commercial?
Ba 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 ba.
What do you think were the top?
BK,
Hold on.
have it your
You're-
way.
29 years old.
Yeah.
You're
27.
28 soon.
About to be 28 in July.
Okay, we're calling that 28.
Yeah, I'll
pal.
be 28, sure.
We're calling that 28.
All right, old man.
Well, that's I'm trying to bring you to my
Yeah, whatever
level
you
right
want.
now.
Yeah, what are you
dude.
about to turn?
Work with me,
38?
man. I'm right around the corner from the graveyard, so please work with me.
All right.
I was picking out canes this morning. I want a mahogany walking stick. Like I would love to lose my shit early, like maybe at
Okay.
like 40, and just go straight Rafiki vibes. Like you'll see me at the club, you see me at the comedy club. I'll have some paint on my face, maybe a bongo with me, and I'll just be like, "Follow Rafiki, he knows the way."
So you're
And
gonna have
people
like
will kind of trust me in a weird spiritual way, but they'll
Yeah.
also be like, "Yo, what the hell is up with this guy?" Maybe, you know. I'll go wook. We talked about this last week. I'll go dreads.
What's the incident that's gonna set it in motion? What changes you?
Oh yeah, that's a good question, right? Probably. I mean, one of my dogs dying. Yeah, I'm gonna show up.
Oh,
probably.
shit.
Probably looking complete. I'm gonna frost my tips. I'm gonna change my name. Go poetry, slam poetry instead of comedy.
I feel this timeline becoming stronger in the future. The more you explain it to me.
Yeah, I feel like this is less of like a haha funny riff prediction and more of like a cry for help. Are
Come
you
on,
okay?
dude. Maybe I'll be 300
Are we gonna be?
pounds. That'll
Look,
fun.
Phil. Let's be honest. Are we gonna be
Yeah.
his friend when he's this guy that he's describing? Because I don't.
Yeah, I
I
don't think
don't-
so.
Yeah, I no disrespect.
First of all, a prophet doesn't have friends; he has followers. So if you guys aren't about it, I don't need you in my church.
Oh, you're going for a,
kidding.
going for a god.
Wow. All right. Okay. I kind of like
Let me
that.
miss the mammy, dude.
You're kind of winning me back now.
yeah.
If I'm
See,
being honest.
see.
I might be a late bloomer on it, but I might be a good addition
Yeah.
to the cult.
Yeah, you form like a counter cult, and then you kind of go like, "Oh, I think they were right," and then you sell out your whole cult to us.
Phil,
We're okay.
yes,
You
Phil
come
would
back.
Finally
count.
get their comfort.
Phil would be a perfect guy to expand my religion on accident. Like he would make his counter religion. Kind of realize I like the idea, but I don't like running shop. I just like being the first mate and like executing people at the prophet's whim.
Yeah, he'd sell out like a company, be like,
Yeah.
"Dude, just buy me out."
So
You can have all my
So then,
followers.
Brandon, you beat me to it. Thank you very
I'm
much.
so
No,
sorry.
this is
I'm so
perfect. This is perfect. This is a good flow. I'm trying to think of a good. It's like the A's moving to Las Vegas.
Yeah,
You know, we
Yeah.
just took a small neighborhood program and we brought it to a big market that is honestly, maybe in a couple of years, one of the best sports cities in America
Las Vegas.
because their
Honestly,
hockey team
yeah.
wins already.
And the fan base is already one of the
Into
best,
it.
and like
Into
into
it.
it, they give a shit.
And their arenas rock.
Yes, they're gonna give a shit about baseball. Baseball is gonna do really well there.
And visiting there to watch your team play is becoming like a destination.
And I don't even think they need to change the name. The Vegas A's have a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
And the color rules, dude. That scheme. I mean, we just watched Moneyball the other day, Billy Bean.
Yeah.
The movie's not
Real.
Somebody said this the other day. It's not that real because they had one of the best pitchers in
Yeah, they
baseball.
had so many good pros. It's a very like Hollywood exaggerated movie. Here's the thing: Transformers isn't real, and I fucking love it.
Wait, what?
I'm so
Well,
sorry to do this
yeah.
to you on the pod.
Okay, sorry, Phil. Take a second.
There's actually a sushi restaurant.
Phil's
next
like,
to
what are
my
you talking
house.
about, dude? I saw my neighbor's
Bumblebee?
convertible's hardtop drop down the other day. It's one step to being
Yeah.
Optimus Prime.
There are people out there who really like identify with Transformers, man.
To this day, like I love the movies.
Sure,
I
they're
enjoy
good.
them. I liked them as a kid. Never, ever would I put like a Autobots or Decepticons sticker on my car.
Yeah.
But it is. There are people still. Do one of you do that?
What?
He looked at.
No, I looked at. No.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't. There are weirdly people who like it is still their identity. I'm like a transforming car is
Yeah.
what you relate to most as a person.
Yeah, it's I had a buddy who I think he used
Can I
like
take
a
the
bit
shot?
about that.
Yeah,
He's
take
like,
it.
I
Whoa.
clipped him. I clipped him.
Clean.
Cool.
I'm not a Transformers guy. I'm not a Avengers Marvel guy. It's too much for me. Too many moving parts on the screen, Phil. Dude, when I watch these movies, right off the bat, I'm like, I find myself looking at all corners of the screen trying to follow Iron Man through the sky and then to his lair, and then it's out of nowhere he's Tony Stark and I can't follow it.
Eyes are
It's
tired.
too much for me.
Yeah.
The Transformers is the same way, and they all looked at the same. Dude, you put Bumblebee and
That's
Optimus
racist.
Prime in front of me. Maybe a little bit, but I'm colorblind, and they all look like cars. So
I get that. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Are you really colorblind?
Yeah, I keep getting accused of it because I keep getting colors wrong. So
Colorblind or dumb? What a fun game.
yeah, who knows? And this mammy's not helping. I'll tell you that. The mammy's
The all-green
Now
mammy?
I'm just starting to see everything in like. Don't do this to me, Brandon. I'm starting to see everything in tie dye now, which is kind of cool.
Phil, we have a good no, let's not gloss over that. I'm so sorry.
superpower.
Yeah, what?
What?
No, that would be like if I cracked my spine and had like an acid.
Yeah,
like
yeah. You were
flashback
MK
from the-
Ultra.
yeah, an acid flashback from the 70s. That would be sick. That's what my dad told me when I was young. He's like, Matty, you can't take acid because you're gonna go off to the military. Everything's gonna be good. You're gonna sneeze and start seeing polka dots across the battlefield. And I'm like, first of all, there's no battlefield where I'm going.
Yeah.
What do we got, Brandon?
Oh, that's
That's-
JetBlue.
Yeah, it's JetBlue. You can
Sounds
tell by the
nice.
skinny physique, skinny
slim,
ass,
yeah,
skinny
yeah.
ass.
They have it on
JetBlue.
Ozempic,
Now, you know
yeah.
who's got a thumper, dude? It's Delta. If you look up and you see a big rear, that's a Delta engine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Delta's got fat asses on
Yeah.
Delta has cake on them, kid. I'm gonna try. Just this is just a personal goal. This has nothing. I'm not good. I'm just gonna try not to cuss for the rest of the episode.
I like that.
Give me a squirt if it
One of our
happens.
buddies, Greg DePaul, is colorblind. And
Oh.
I didn't realize it. I don't even think he realizes it really most of the time. But we went like disc golfing. He lost a couple discs. He's just out in the woods looking for a disc, and he's like standing right on top of it.
Oh
and
no.
we're just sitting there like, Greg, it's like right there in front of you. It's like 6 inches in front of your foot. He's just like, where? And then his other friend JJ like, goes like, Greg's colorblind. And we're
Maybe
like, oh,
maybe
shit."
this isn't a colorblind thing. Maybe you said 6 inches and he kind of confused himself, and he was like, "Oh, I know what 6 inches is," but he actually doesn't, and
Right.
he didn't look close enough,
was
or
like-
he looked too close.
He was like looking inside
I
of
was just
himself.
saying that he had a small dick. Is what I was trying to say. So. What did you say?
He was inside of himself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. He only knows inches when it's inside of him. That's the only way.
It's a game of inches, boys. That's why rugby is not. That's why they don't get injured.
It's a
That's
game
my
of
theory.
meters.
Well, it's not a game. There's no first down.
Oh.
You either have the ball or you don't.
Mm.
So you don't have to throw your head out there and like try to get that extra inch.
Right.
What's this? What are you making? You making a face?
No, I was laughing at my own joke.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, if I was, you said it's the game age. I said, "What, a game of meters?" And then that made me laugh to myself. And then he
pretty
kept
good.
talking, and
It
he
is
said
pretty
inches
good.
again. I was like, I'm still
It is
laughing at my own
pretty good.
joke.
How's the audio? We smooth?
Doing great.
This is what I want. It took 3 episodes to get to this calm state, this
Yeah.
flow state, boys. But we're here.
Have you heard the artist Doechii? Do you even
Doechii?
know what that is?
I have. Yeah, I have.
Okay, I like just became you haven't he hasn't heard Doechii, which doesn't
Okay.
surprise me.
It's the
Doesn't
new Nicki.
he have a coin?
First off, Doechii's a woman.
Oh,
It's a girl.
you're
Or she's a girl, yeah.
Just don't get yourself in trouble.
No, yeah. She be talking about her pussy and like fucking and
Nissan
sucking.
Altimas.
Yeah. Oh, into the
Wow,
coffee.
bro. I think he still lived.
He did.
You just shot salt into your coffee.
And my coffee's
Some
just gonna
people
be
like that.
salty.
Hell yeah, dude.
You must die.
Okay.
All right, no more on yours. I apologize for that.
No, yeah, you're good. I
Okay,
just
no
think you're going a little mad with the gun.
Oh, I see him.
And you're scaring me.
Phil.
You don't want to shoot the plant, though.
I needed to kill that fly, but I am done with the gun. I'm sorry. You see how, dude, I was really getting you guys jazzed up with those.
Yeah, man, you were
Those
doing
cocks.
desk pops right now,
Yeah, I was
scaring
doing
me.
a couple of desk pops. I am highly trained. I would never shoot you guys with the assault gun. I do understand your fear. That's fair.
That's fair.
That's
I
fair. do
do like too. You were very serious, very manly, shooting the gun, and then Phil, you hit the mammy, and he went Phil. You go back about 30 seconds upon you can hear Matty go Phil.
Well, dude, the mammy is as fragile as it's ever been. I don't need Phil slapping it
No,
around.
totally. I've just never heard your voice get
Phil.
that like customer service feminine. It was beautiful.
Well, I feel like a mother with this plan.
it's no. I love to see
Phil,
the side
Phil
of you.
was being a naughty child.
It's a
dude,
good
so
side
I
of
need
you.
to keep him intact.
I just was over here
Uh,
eating it.
Your moms used to carry around like carry-on luggage-sized purses. Can I cop a sip
Yeah,
of this
pretty
as well?
much.
Thank you.
Pretty much, yeah. Big ass purses.
Yeah, my mom never. It almost made her life harder. Like anytime she had to grab something at all, anytime she needed anything from her, I just remember the lady rifling through that thing.
Yeah.
Well, 1 second. Just
Yeah.
disappearing.
Wait a
into the
minute.
legs of
Wait a minute. That's what she. Wait a minute. That's what she would always say, and then just
Send a small man into the mine to
Yeah,
find something.
Yeah. She would toss a canary in there,
Yeah.
and then her hand would just follow the flaps.
Please get my credit card.
Yeah, and
This was a big thing in like Orange County, California, Brea. This big thing that all the moms that I knew, and my mom like was so excited to get when they had purses, the big purses like you said, but they were made of like seat belts. Does that make like okay? So you know seatbelt like that like
I know
weird
seatbelt.
leather texture. I don't know what you would call the seatbelt texture. It was woven into a purse, and all the moms in our town had it, and it was like the mom thing to have.
and it was like the crisscross pattern.
Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I can show you a picture, and I feel bad he has to put it in, but like it was this big, trendy thing that I feel like it was only an our area thing.
Southwest.
We got
Ooh.
Southwest. Southwest, if you're listening, give me a freaking seat. I'm sick of it. Is that not the worst? I don't know. Anytime you fly Southwest, anxiety goes up 5%.
I've never flown Southwest. I'm a Spirit guy.
Honestly, I would. Yes. Okay. I'm seeing that now. Yeah. Crisscross, cross-hitched, cross-hatched pattern.
So I have two things about Southwest. I like the no seat.
All right, Phil.
And here,
Why is that?
Because then you can almost guarantee to get an aisle seat and you don't have to pay. I like the aisle seat. Now hear me out. Hack. All of us have ladies. Get him. Oh, damn! That guy's invincible. Are you sure it's shooting anything?
Haunted your ass, bro.
There might be something wrong.
I thought last week when I
not
was
me, it's
shooting the
the
gun, it
gun.
wasn't.
Matty's blaming the
it's
gun.
shooting.
No, it's just a user error.
I
That's
might need
unfortunate.
to take it to the range and zero.
Yeah.
I love
don't point the gun at
the
me.
similarity to golf. They were like, no, it's just fucking 7-iron. It's just been weird all the time.
Yeah,
so I
man.
cussed again.
It's the club, man. It's the hoove on it. It ain't curved, right? It's I gotta get it zeroed in down at the Swedish golf shop.
Yeah,
That's
where you
where I'm gonna
take
this.
back to Target and have them.
First of all,
So
this is
Southwest
an Amazon purchase. Show a little respect.
life hack. You guys both have partners. If you're on Southwest, the one thing that does suck is the 24-hour check-in. Like, you need to be ahead of that. If you're 5 minutes late, you're like the last person boarding the plane. That does suck.
I'm going to let you finish.
We get on the
However,
plane.
I just want to say,
Yeah.
I think you've said this before, and if I'm not, I'm going to let you finish before I say anything else.
Yeah.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think you might be part of the problem.
We will
But
get on the
continue.
plane, and she'll sit in the window, and I'll sit in the aisle, and then I'll just put my bag in the middle, and we'll start digging through our bags. And then as people are coming, she'll just be like, "Do you have the thing?" And I'll be like, "I thought you packed it." And she'll be like, "I didn't pack it. You packed it." And then we're just having like a fake fight, and then everyone leaves us alone, and the plane's never full actually. So then
Right.
there'll be like 2 rows with middle
Okay.
seats. We get the middle seat.
So this is where
It works.
This is where you
almost-
want me back.
It
This is
works
where
like
you want-
90%
This is
of
where
the
you want me
time.
back. This is where you. If you're doing that on a full plane, go fuck yourself.
Well, on a full plane, if it's full, someone eventually just goes
Yeah.
like, "Hey, can I
Well,
sit
that's what I'm
there?"
saying,
And then we
'cause
move.
You're just prolonging your fate. That's what people do, but I've seen it, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what I can't stand. On a full plane, there'll still be some lady will just sit in the middle to save seats for her friends, and I'm like, yo, your friends are in boarding group D85. All right, they're not gonna make it into this row, and if you're only gonna inconvenience 37 people beforehand. So what do you want to do here? How about you just take a fucking melatonin, put the mask on, and go night-night? Why do we even have to?
The second that someone asks, the seat is theirs. Like, because if
All
it's
right.
full, they'll be
Okay.
like, "Hey, can we get the?"
You're
It's
winning me
that.
back. You're winning me
But
back
in the
big
but
time.
they'll be like, "This is a full flight," and then it's like one person doesn't show up or someone misses, and then there's an empty seat. We'll claim that, and it works most of the time. It's pretty nice.
Where do you stand on the emergency row?
I want it every time.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I
It's
yearn
the
for it.
best
This is
thing in
crazy.
the universe.
This whole concept is foreign to me because I fly like Spirit, Frontier,
Yes,
like
Phil.
Delta.
Phil, you're living you're the Mennonite,
Yeah.
and you're living a pure life right now, and everything's
Yeah.
going fine. You
Keep it this
don't
way?
need the white devils coming in
Yeah, for 12 extra
And
bucks, I can get the extra
showing you
row.
Game Boys, because that Game Boy is going to lead right to porn, and it's going to poison your mind.
Okay.
The reason you normally
Never
fly
goes
Southwest is like weirdly there's a cheap flight from Austin to like my home area. So that's why you get 2 checked bags for free. That's their big
Oh.
like, "Hey, you don't get a seat." Now here's the thing, Matty, you'll like this. Southwest came out in the next like their new season or quarter or whatever. They're doing assigned seats and no longer 2 free check bags. They're just becoming like every other airline, which is fine.
This might be cocky. I totally deserve credit, dude. I've
You
been
changed.
bashing them. I've been putting this on my. Anytime I fly, I take a picture of Southwest in the airport, like the kiosk. I bash them. Instagram comes back and says, "Hey, we think what you're about to post is really mean. You shouldn't do that." I give them the middle finger. I double down and I fucking post it, dude. Southwest, thank you, and I'm sure I'll be getting something in the mail. I'm sure I'll go. What's the top tier? Admirals,
Captains,
Northeast.
Club.
Northeast. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get in the Northeast
Nice.
Club. That's an obvious competitor. If somebody
Northeast.
wanted to take Southwest out, you come out with Northeast, and I don't know what are the perks of the Northeast flight. AC's on 50.
So there's no first class in a Southwest flight?
They're
No, we're all pigs, dude. We're
it's
all
like you
truffle
get
pigs.
yeah.
And no, there's really no first class. And this is the thing: so you've probably seen this when you're walking through the Southwest terminals. In their waiting area before you get into the gate, there's little stanchions that have numbers. So it's like 1 through 10.
Yeah.
11 through 20, whatever. And so you have to get in that section. And then you had to do. I had a sassy gay guy on my last Southwest flight out of Austin. A sassy gay fly. He's like, "It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. That's how we're doing it. Okay. So if the person in front of you has the higher number, correct them." And I'm like, "Shit, dude, you're setting people up to this is gonna be an aggressive."
That's just how dude. Because I've flown Southwest more than any airline, dude. It is like almost just like the culture is like the tiny old lady in front of you will be like, What number are you? And everyone's gonna press everyone, and you peek over each other's shoulder. And if you see a higher number in front of you, you go, "Excuse me, I'm 11, you're 12." So because it's free seating,
Phil,
and I've waited, and then I've not gotten an aisle seat. It makes you're right. It makes such an unpleasant environment.
It's aggressive from the top.
This is like
Go ahead, Phil.
like lit the walls of the town on fire. It
Yes.
was just like, good luck,
Dude.
And how you get the numbers is so if you have a 5:00 flight tomorrow at 5:00, you can start checking in, and it just depends on your internet speed, bro. You have to set an alarm. You're refreshing. You join. If you wait 5 minutes, guess what? You're not B10. You're fucking C40, and you're sitting under the plane. It's terrifying. It sucks.
I forgot the name of the comic, but I saw this clip because he headlined The Creek a couple weeks ago or a month ago, and they promoted it. And he was on stage, and an alarm went off, and he was like, "I actually planned for this alarm."
It was Asmus.
No, it wasn't Asmus.
It's someone, and he's at like the Denver Comedy Works.
Yeah, and he was
it
like,
goes
he's
on.
like, "I will be damned if I get bored in Group C." So he's literally, you have to check in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Prior to your flight, so everyone is like on edge about that.
I'd pay the
You
$8 to
pay
pick
more.
a seat,
And then,
or
dude,
12 to get the extra
this is
row,
what
or
kills-
the
It's
extra-
not that
This
cheap,
is what
though.
kills me, Phil. So what he just explained about like getting in line and looking at the numbers and making sure you're in the right place. You'll be at like C30, and at this point, there's nowhere to sit.
Yeah, it's
and so
middle
like
seats.
I have B31. The lady behind me has B30, and she's trying. It's like, lady, we're in this together right now. We should be having a mob mentality, and we should go in there and beat up the elites and push them to the back.
Right.
But no, you're okay. You're gonna have the middle seat in front of me. I'm gonna be the one up against the bathroom. That's the only difference here. Now, I will say this: sometimes with the Southwest flight, if you fly into a small airport, they let you kick out the back. But you got to know that ahead of
Yeah,
time.
that is sick. Yeah,
I
you
knew
get
that.
the back of the plane opens and you go down a little
I
escalator.
played that to
thing,
my
and you're like,
advantage
"Whee!"
one time.
Really?
We were flying into San Jose, and I happened to know that was the case, and I sat in the very back row. I was the first one off the plane.
So you don't have to wait for everyone else to deboard.
Yeah, because they open it up and then there's like it's almost like a goblin comes on and goes,
Yeah.
"Shh, this way," and you follow and you're like, "I'm off the plane."
Yeah.
I think there should be like a-
safe for Harry Potter.
I think there should be like a psych study done on deboarding an airplane
Ooh,
and
Say it
like
again?
people's blood pressure and heartbeat. Like deboarding. I think there should be a study done.
A study done.
Because it's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how fast you stand up. It doesn't matter if you grab your bag. You're getting off that plane when it's your turn to get off the fucking plane. But yet every time people still stand
I
up,
hate
jump
people.
over people.
You know what I had the thought last night?
It's like the difference between 3 and 5 minutes, really.
yeah.
I was driving. I was a little. I went to the staff guy auditions. I actually have a story out of this too. At Sunset last night, I ended up getting kind of loosey goosey, dude. Wasn't on the clock. Actually, it was a lot of fun. I sat in the crowd and watched comics and just got drunk. I hadn't done it in a long time. It was a lot of fun. I felt like an audience member. I just kept putting my candle on and, and waving it in the air, and nobody came and helped me. But that's fine.
I was doing it from the back.
But last night I was driving the scoot home, and I live again, as everyone knows here. We're right by the airport. Airplanes are coming in, and I
you
was
took
just
a
looking.
lime from downtown to here?
It's a long line, and
How much debt do you owe to Lime Scooters?
dude, they owe me money, man.
Yeah.
I'm sponsored.
Matty, how the hell did you lime here? It took me 17 minutes and I was on the highway the entire time.
Yeah, I don't. How did I physically can't comprehend how you got here without riding on 183
Through
with
down
the
12th
scooter.
Street?
I guess that means one thing. I'm built a little different, huh, fellas?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it took
are.
a lime screw over a couple of interstates. You're a different kind of
We
guy.
are now on. Well, my phone. I can't look up the stats, but we're now on close to like 500 something rides.
Wow, dude.
And one incident, one major fall. My hand still hurts from it, but it's so calloused that I didn't even bleed. But like, I was just driving the scooter. I had a snowboard bag over my shoulder. I was bringing it to Sunset,
How much did that cost
What?
to lime down there?
$15.
You can get an electric scooter
Yeah.
for like $200. That would get you to and from.
And one day I will, Brandon. One day I will.
No, I like the idea that he's like a murder for hire kind of guy. He's just like,
I want no trace.
I park him, I fucking
Yeah.
take a picture and I knock it over.
No record. No
record.
Oh, get the gun. Get the gun. I don't shoot
That's
it
a
at me.
dragonfly. I think it should live, right? It'll kill the other flies.
All right. You get to live. You're lucky Phil exists. I did
people
feel like he
are.
was testing me, landing right on the microphone, though.
What you gonna do, little
Actually,
bitch?
really, I think it's
Yeah,
good
what are you
luck
going to do about
if a
it?
dragonfly lands on you?
Maybe it is good luck.
My girl got shit on at the Round Rock game yesterday by a bird, and they say that's good luck. That's what did
was
the
he
brain.
just over her being like, you fucking bitch?
Little bitch, yeah.
I hate that dress. That shit was ruined the day you bought it, shawty. Is that how he was shitting on her like that?
Yeah, he was just talking that foul shit, and I was like, "You can't say that." And he was like, "Tweet, little bitch, what you gonna do?"
And then he moves over here. You're like, fuck, where'd he go? And he's like,
Oh,
I'm over here,
shit.
dog. What's
Yeah.
up? He's flapping a little.
What
Yeah.
helped you to provoke
Was
this
it a
bird?
crow?
No, it's Grackle. He was like, "You're not even a
Grackles
real."
have my number in this city.
Yeah.
Dude, Grackles own me. If I see a tree full of Grackles, I'm scooting this.
Yeah,
one.
I'm taking the long way home. They're gonna make me eat the white dog shit, and I'm not ready for that.
I'm gonna release the hounds.
How long does it take you to scooter?
I'm actually not gonna release the hounds.
7 miles.
Yeah, it was 20 minutes.
You
yeah.
enjoy it so much. I bet.
I love it, dude. I have a need for
Look,
speed. Actually, me and my lady, we were out to dinner, and she was like, "Let me just drive you to the club." I'm like, "It's okay. I'll just scooter." She's like, "But I can just totally do it." I'm like, "Man, it's okay. I just really want a scooter." She's like, "Why don't you want me to drive you?" I'm like, "Babe, I just want to go on the scooter. I've had a rough day. I just need to decompress. I want to listen to everybody working for the weekend." And just ride the scooter, everybody. That's what I listened to on the way to Sunset last night. Working for, and then I saw Tim Stiefler walking his dog, gave him a high five. He said, "Timmy, no brakes, bring," and I kept walking.
Yeah.
It was great. I love the scoot. It brings people together.
I'm totally with you. I love a scooter. There's nothing better than being like, "Oh, I got a spot at Sunset, Roscoe's, and East," and you get a ride downtown or something. You have a few
Yeah.
drinks.
How
I mean,
about tossing your shoddy on the back? You ever do that?
mine died on the scooter
Oh, I
that one
forget.
time,
I
so
forget.
she
This is
has an
hey,
embargo.
Moment of silence,
You should get a moped.
or just speak.
What the hell, man?
Oh, I thought it was. In my mind, that was like a minute and a half of silence.
All right, as long as in your mind you gave the solace, that's all that matters to me.
Dude,
Yeah.
Erica's a freaking trooper, man.
Yeah, dude, she exploded her. She crashed over a scooter. Like, we lived here for a month and a half. It was my birthday.
It's so cool, scooters.
We
Hop
went
on a
out
scooter.
drinking. I remember too.
Have a ranch water.
She's not athletic, so she was like, "I really don't want to ride the scooter." And bro, we finally got on it, and we're doing good. And then she just hit something on the, the bridge that's 35 in Riverside, kind of going over with the.
Yeah.
That she crashed there because we were going back to Cidercade. And dude, chipped her front tooth in half, 8 stitches in her face, blood everywhere. It was crazy, dude. It was horrible. She was here's the crazy thing though. She had really, besides she got stitches and it was a slightly chipped tooth, so she just got a cover for it.
Yeah.
Fine, no broken bones.
So many people get fucked up riding those things. Though.
Yeah, the ER doctor was like, "Oh yeah, I do 3 of these every weekend night."
That's crazy.
He's like, "This is the Riverside ER. There's
just Lime scooter patients
all the time." He was like, "I can't believe how actually okay she is." And so then, rightfully so, because I love the scooters like Matty does, but now she's like, "I'll never get on it again." Which there's so many times where I'm like, we could get somewhere so easily with the scooter, but I can't fight that.
Have you seen the new
Well,
ones?
we
They have
had
little
a-
scooters.
Yeah.
Actual
Just sit
scooters with the
down.
seats.
Yeah.
Well, we had a situation last night. Anna, she doesn't want me to be on the scooter anymore either because I was scooting home from Sunset, a long scoot. She asked me, she's like, "Do you want me to pick you up?" And I'm like, "Just pick me up by the 7-Eleven by our place because I can't scoot past that. This neighborhood is a no scoot zone, which I appreciate because people park it in front of your house.
Oh,
and stuff.
does it shuts off?
It shuts off.
Oh,
You can't
that's
scoot.
cool.
But I'm scooting. I'm halfway here, and my phone dies. And I'm like, oh no, I don't know what happens. This hasn't really happened to me, so I don't really know what happens in this situation.
Yeah.
The scooter went for another 5 minutes and then cut out, and I was so far from home. phone dead, scooter dead, and I'm like, we just talked. Anna knows I'm supposed to be at that 7-Eleven in 20 minutes. When I don't come and I'm not picking up my phone, she'll be able to look at my location because you can find your iPhone when it's dead, and we share our location. But it wasn't coming up.
Yeah, I won't update.
So, dude, it was a 35-minute walk. I was sweating. I mean, I was wearing pants, you know. And as I'm coming up to the 7-Eleven, there I go. I see her car just zoom by me.
Yeah.
She's going to look for me. She sees me, turns back around, and she's just like in tears because she thought I died and couldn't. Like, she thought I died on the scooter, and it's totally fair. And I'm like, the location didn't come up on the phone. And anyways, during that ride, I looked up. This is the point I was trying to make earlier, and I saw an airplane landing, and I realized I'm not over that. It blows me away every time, and I feel like every American has just gotten so used to it. A plane flying through the sky blows me away.
Was that a bird
it.
scooter story to be like, fucking plane landings blow my mind?
Well, it all happened during the scooter ride.
I just love the way your brain works.
Might as well combine two stories, dude. Getting two birds.
No, it's good to be
here.
back, dude. It's just I forgot.
You know?
We know we're
go,
Captain's
man.
dogs. We're getting the gang back together. I forgot how beautiful your brain is.
That is crazy. I've hit curbs and my tires have blown out, but you're telling me this fucking 100,000-ton thing with a couple tires on it can hit the ground and just roll out just fine.
The wheels aren't even that big. They should have monster truck tires.
Monster truck tires.
Several of an 18-wheeler of monster truck tires.
They're running Michelin's. Dude.
Yeah, they're like, here's 4 Honda Civic tires.
Yeah.
And our pilot is.
Here's the thing: you're kind of mocking me, but I agree completely.
No, I'm not mocking you. We're agreeing
good.
here.
Keep going. Suspension. I need suspension on the
Did you know
landing. I
that
shouldn't feel it.
Why?
737 pilots never fly a 737 until there's people on it.
Nathan Fielder.
Yeah, I watched that. I was like, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
He subtly poked at that during the episode too. He was like, the communication is a huge issue, but he also subtly was poking at the fact that these pilots never fly an actual Boeing until there's people's lives at stake. They just walk straight out of the simulator and into a real plane. No, yeah.
The whole thing is messed up. So to my understanding, Nathan Fielder's. Did we talk about this last episode? Well, we're not putting that one out. But I guess Nathan Fielder's whole point is intercommunications between the pilots is what's causing these crashes. And he's like making flying safe again or trying to make it safe for the first time. I don't know. To pivot a little, I came across pictures of like the interior of airplanes in like the 80s and 70s. Dude, they had like recliner. It was like fancy, like drinking lounges. Like,
and there was only 4 seats in a row.
Why did we give up on that?
Right. Having knitted nice seats with cushions and
ashtrays.
Oh, God, to rip a dart in the sky. What would that even be like?
I think you could maybe still do it on private.
That means you could for sure hit the Benjamin on the plane. If people are ripping darts, you'd be able to like...
Yeah,
low key. Until they're just like, hey, it doesn't smell like Marlboros in here. It smells like guava passion.
Now they throw a big fit if you go into the bathroom on an airplane and try to smoke a cigarette and flush the smoke. But it's like these things are built... They're still the same planes, actually. They're not even built different.
Dude, I got on a plane the other day to Harrisburg that was like a little 2-seater.
PA?
And I was in the back. Yeah.
Shout out.
And I turned around and I was like, bro, there's a literal ashtray in the wall of this plane. And I was like, how old is this? I'm going to die right now. The plane, the whole ride was going, squeeze, 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 squeeze.
You're
like
younger
shaking.
than the screws holding that thing together.
Yeah, bro.
Up.
I was like,
some of them.
We're dead. We're so cooked.
Yeah, well, we just watched the documentary on the submersible. Have you seen it?
Oh, the submarine doc came out?
Dude, so they dropped 2 of them, one on HBO, one on Netflix, because what happened
when they
was,
do that.
Well, yeah, I know.
Because which one do you watch?
And which one's better? And
I'm not watching both.
If I already watched the wrong one.
Right. Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, that's the one I watched.
The HBO one?
That's the one I watched. So
attaboy.
When this guy, Stockton Rush, who's the billionaire,
it
was his company, he died down there. When he created the business, or when they launched the going down to the Titanic mission, they were some network sent in a guy to make a documentary about it, and it was supposed to be a promotional documentary. So they got all this footage of talking to the guy. He was in the sub. The documentarian went in the sub and went down with the sub and like all this stuff. And then he went back to the network. He's like, "Yo, we can't put this out. We cannot promote this company. People are gonna die." Like I went down in that submarine. It was. I mean, 1 league away from implosion. Like I could hear the fibers cracking in there. And then he went in the submarine with this guy, and nothing was operational. Like they went down, and the submarine just didn't work. Like any function he tried to do didn't work. And this was like very shortly before he took down 4 paying customers, and then they all perished. So this guy, Stockton Rush, knew that he was a step away from implosion, and he just kept pushing it and pushing it. And there was another guy that went on a dive with him, and he was like, Stockton just kept pushing it down and down and down, and like I could just hear cracks, and they were sounding like gunshots. And I just kept thinking to myself, why? This is a test. Why does he keep pushing? And he's like, I didn't want to be the pussy that like said something and ended the trip for everyone and we had to go back, because they reached Titanic depth for the first time in the Bahamas. They like practiced the actual depth of the Titanic.
Doesn't that seem like a problem
Pilot
to practice in like significantly warmer water than like the cold water you would dive in of the Titanic crash?
You know, I had this similar conversation with someone the other day. You know, if you order a Guinness, and you know what splitting the G means?
Yeah.
So there's a new Irish pub down the street, and if you split the G during happy hour, it's for free. So I was saying, I'm going to go home and get that glass and just practice with water. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I got to use like a seltzer or something. There's bubbles. I got to mirror it. So it's a similar situation.
You're going to Indiana Jones them? Like learn the exact weight? Like, that'd be kind of sick.
The sack, replace the sack.
You can also, if you split the A at Applebee's, they give you the whole
Is this
restaurant.
real? Are you fucking with me?
The whole restaurant?
The whole restaurant.
Like, do you own it, or are they just like, congrats, you need to make a schedule. Everyone's new hires start Monday.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, you're the smartest guy here.
Congrats, you own it.
Own it.
Can someone take it from you? Like the next person who splits
Next person who splits the A's is theirs. You have to give it like to them like they gave it to you.
Damn, it's like the class pet.
And then this documentary shows his wife watching the radar and listening and reacting to the bang that killed them. Yeah, she, of course, doesn't know. She's like, what was that bang? She's like smiling for a second. And then a message came in right after because there was a delay. So they sent a message, then died. The message came in, so it kind of gave them hope for a second. And they're like, oh, shit. Because you remember the narrative was like they have 48 hours to live. Yeah. They were dead the whole time.
No, yeah. I felt like that. I remember that on Twitter's. They were like, oh, yeah, we think we hear like knocking from the floor. And they released like audio. And then it was like, no, that banging was like them imploding. And then they were like, yeah, the like military picked it up and was like, that was an implosion level ping. Like, they kind of knew, but they were like, don't tell the people.
Yeah.
Which is...
Oh, the news is like,
it was fun.
No, it's the news being slimed. Let's build a story.
Yeah, I mean, and they got dogged on
48 hour, like nothing gets the people. We were talking about it on the pod at the time. I remember this. Like, dude, are they going to make it? Like, what's going on? And then they found the debris at the bottom, and it's like half of the submarine is just sitting there.
They
and
said there were no remains because everyone was essentially pulped out.
The only remains they found was a piece of his sleeve that had a sticker, Ocean Gate or whatever it was.
Really?
That was intact because it was like tucked into the sleeve, and that was the only thing that survived. Every other fiber of their clothes were destroyed. And they say he understood too, it's the best way to die. Quick and painless. You're dead immediately. You feel or see nothing.
You just like are like, hey, and then
one moment you're in a submarine looking at the Titanic, the next moment you're either in heaven or hell.
Your own organs don't even like. They just cease to exist. Like I said, there's a diagram someone made where it's like a 3D model.
It's not even fish food.
No. It's the model is like it shows like your head would literally just like a Coke can if you sucked all the air out of it. I mean, it would just and then it dissipates because you're made of tissue, and then there's even more pressure like putting on the small tissue. And you basically just drop to cells.
So it's not even like
mist of blood.
If okay, so there's just like a blood mist, and that's it. But even probably like less blood than like a normal human has because you're getting so just fucking
right. We're talking like metal shattering. That's how like
damn, bro. That's the only one I feel bad for is the son that like did they talk about it in the doc where it
he
made
didn't want to go.
Feel, like he was like I don't want to go, and it's like it was like your dad being like you gotta come on this fishing trip, and then he exploded.
Do you think that the Titanic, like the ghosts of the Titanic, are like new meat, fresh meat?
Dude, but I don't even think
get in here, little piggy.
I don't even think they found it near the Titanic either.
I thought they like scaped a rock on the way down, and that's what ultimately led to the implosion. On top of the fact that the material wasn't really ready for it.
Well, the material had a huge crack in the hull, and he like didn't replace it. He just decided to play through.
And it was
go ahead.
It was like a controller, right?
He was using like a Nintendo.
It wasn't even like an Xbox or PS5.
They actually didn't talk about that much.
Is he being sued for like criminal negligence?
So this is one of the guys that was on one of the guys that survived a dive, And he was like, I went on this dive, and I'm telling you, like, they almost killed me. He just kept, it was the dude I was just talking about.
Yeah,
He said
yeah.
he kept pushing it and pushing it. And he was like, an accident happens. I forgot the nomenclature he used, but he was basically saying, like, this wasn't an accident if they knew it was going to happen. And if they knew it was going to happen at some point, it's a crime. And someone needs to be held responsible. So I think the company ended up getting sued. They brought the engineer into a trial, the top engineer, and he explained how he had final say on nothing and how he brought up all these complaints about the cracks in the fiberglass and stuff like that. And
Is fiberglass strong?
it's strong, but it has a breaking point. That's what all of the engineers were talking about.
You
And
should have made it
it's-
out of diamond.
It's imprecise. Yeah, just gold. Just,
Diamond dripped out sub.
Yeah, why
just
wouldn't you
coming
make
down
it-
like subwoofer
Titanium.
shaking?
Yeah.
It feel also why not like just a pure gold, just a gold an unbreakable gold vessel.
Yeah.
Drop it in,
Dollar,
just
dollar
sink to the bottom,
bills.
and then your way of exit is
Big rocket.
I was thinking a crane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big crane or big rocket.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I remember like listening to a little bit. They're just dropping weights to like ascend and then to descend.
Pretty much.
They didn't really have an engine on that thing. That
Well, there was like there was a
moving it
there was a propulsion engine to get them up, but it failed
Right.
often, so they just had to float up. Yeah. I would, and they're all crisscross applesauce, just like burping on each other. It just
Yeah.
looks so uncomfortable and disgusting. And I saw no snacks.
Who
aboard
directed the
ever.
Titanic?
James Cameron.
Was that not good enough for them?
Yeah, James Cameron is like a huge part of the underwater community, and he was like telling this guy,
a
"Stock
treasure hunter.
Yeah, he's been down to the Titanic.
You don't know anything? Skull Island or whatever up there in New Brunswick, or I don't know if that's
Like
where
King.
it's at.
No, that's in King Kong.
You think of
Skull
Treasure-
Island's King Kong.
Skull Island's King
Yeah.
Kong. What's the one that has
Treasure
the,
Island,
Treasure Island's Goonies.
the
Atlantis.
Atlantis is another movie.
the one that's in like
That's
the
Aquaman.
Northeast? It's like a brothers bought this.
Well, where the
land.
Gungans live. In Star Wars Episode 1.
Where did in
Naboo,
Spy
the waters
Kids
of
2?
Naboo.
Where did they go? Was the Island of Dreams?
Yeah, the Isle of
Yeah,
Dreams.
with the thumb people.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Did you know that most of Spy Kids 1 was there was a bunch of it shot in Austin?
Yeah,
I like got a TikTok of that
we
with
got?
Plain Boys.
What do we got, Phil?
you got contrails.
Contrails.
Nice. Yeah, I watched like a TikTok of it yesterday where there's like a bunch of scenes. Like there's a scene in Spy Kids 1 shot at like Schlitterbahn down in New Braunfels.
Shout out. Great.
Yeah.
Best wave pool in North America.
Guys, we should go to fucking Kalahari. You guys seen that? I went to a Round
Oh.
Rock Express game yesterday.
Really?
And they got the giant indoor water park right
Yeah.
across from it.
I'm down. Kalahari, I went there and I did comedy at the Comic-Con there.
Oh, how was
with
it?
Roderick McDaniel. Amazing.
I heard those
one of the
are
biggest
great,
shows
yeah.
I've ever done, actually. It was
Hell
like
yeah.
400 people or 500 people
400 weebs.
and all dressed like
Is that what they're
Goku.
called?
Yeah.
They didn't heckle, they threw fireballs. It was dangerous,
Got
dude.
Hadoukened. Did you
Yeah.
get heckled?
The dude who, it was great. The dude who was working the door was dressed as Hagrid.
That's awesome.
And it was just no one's getting through, you know?
Yeah.
Because he'll whip Fluffy out and you're done.
I
Fluffy.
wanna fuck with Fluffy.
Yeah, the guy who's playing Hagrid in the new Harry Potter series, or I don't know if it's a TV show or a
TV
movie.
show.
It's the guy from Shaun of the Dead, the fat man from Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, nice. I'm excited for the. I'm excited for the show.
She likes this.
A lot of people are like upset about the casting. Don't give a fuck. Who cares? I like Harry Potter. I think it's gonna be fun.
What are they doing exactly with it?
They're just doing like.
Harry
Here's
Potter
my
won't die.
complaint:
It
is
won't
they're
die
just
now.
doing a TV show of the movies with a new cast. It's the same. It's the story of Harry Potter again. With they're gonna do more from the books because you have like probably each season will be a book. If I have to imagine,
Yeah.
which is fine. But my whole thing was just like, but why? Like we
Every
already have.
20 years they shove
And,
the
the
same
lady-
shit.
It's still the movies came out in the 2000s.
lady who writes
like,
the
20
books,
years.
yeah,
the lady who writes the books,
J.K. Rowling.
Jane Goodall. She's cashing in on a check now. Like I
she's
support
making
it.
so
I
much.
support it. Usually I don't like, and I support it with Lucas too because once you've made your masterpiece and it's been, I mean, cinematically and critically acclaimed to
Yeah.
be fantastic.
Before you get too carried away with this opinion, should I tell you where she just dedicated all of her life earnings to?
Trans, yeah.
Against trans.
All right, I stand with the trans. So she loses me a little, but she is just like
It's a little
purely
evil to give all of her money to it.
Yeah, she's like
Anti-trans
she's like a feminist down to the core. and then the woke feminists don't know what to do about
Is
it.
that what she's doing?
Yeah, she's like, well, women are women.
Power to the pussy, and she's like, you're abandoning the pussy. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
so
Power
she's
to the
like,
real
but it's
pussy.
like there is obviously a degree of hate, which sucks.
Yeah, she sucks, but I feel like almost if you were someone who's trans, you have to take solace that there's no way. We know that most charities take half the money, and that there's no way the anti-trans fucking charity is honest with all their money. Like they have to at least be glad, like, yeah, probably half her money's just gonna go to some like rich other piece of shit. Like at least
Yeah, it's more of a statement than an actual
she's
movement.
not getting like her money's not gonna like build a machine that like saps trans people or something. It's not gonna really
It's
do
gotta
any
be
money.
one of the most valuable IPs in the history of the world, though. Like up there with
Definitely.
Star Wars at this point, getting there at least.
I bet she'll end up selling it and then it'll go to like some
Well,
of her,
has
like-
she not? Because if they're just remaking it,
I think she just is like
Yeah.
reselling the rights. Like I think they approached her and were like, we want to
Warner
make a
Brothers.
Harry Potter TV show.
is she the
Warner
richest
Brothers
woman?
bought it
Yeah.
originally.
I would. People say that Oprah was the richest woman in the world. There's no way she succeeds J.K.
Not anymore. Yeah,
Because-
with this TV show, there's all
But I'm
the-
also thinking about the amusement parks.
Yeah.
They just opened a new one, the Ministry of Magic,
Mhm.
in Orlando at the Epic Universe. Dude, I want to go there so fucking bad.
I've never been to a really cool theme park like
That's
that.
They're
that's
so
another.
cool.
Yeah.
Me and Brandon, we always talked about Captain Dog's trips. We got to do a couple. The water park is a great start. And we got to
Schlitterbahn,
film
yeah.
it.
or that way. Yeah.
Oh,
the
what if we get a
Cal
pod in the lazy river?
That'd be fun.
We could arrange that.
Yeah, we just
Yell
have to
at
have.
kids.
We need one like we need to put the equipment in waterproof stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause none of
we'll
us
do an
need-
audio only lazy river
Yeah.
podcast. We'll try to
Or
work it
get
out.
what if we do? We all get meta glasses and we just stare at each other, and those are all the camera, and we do a
Do
pod.
those record? That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
Could do a
some-
river float.
a river flow would be sick.
Float the river with the
We gotta wear
podcast equipment.
t-shirts.
We should just like record a pod and then go float the river and have fun on the river and like not stress about a pod.
Yeah,
And
that's
do
like
both.
Yeah.
That's like when my fiance says, "Let's take the dogs." It's like, or we can just go enjoy the dinner and then
It's-
come back and play
yeah.
with the dogs. That sounds fun.
It
But no, let's just
sucks.
bring the dogs and worry about them the entire time and have them knock over other people's waters and have their tails wag and bark at little girls. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, they do always.
She
fuck
hates little
everything.
kids, dude. She's a sweetheart to everybody else. But
Really?
if you haven't gone through puberty,
They
she
scare 'em?
knows, and she'll sniff it out of you. So she'll also don't throw her the ball anymore. She'll
Yeah, I
chase
know.
that thing to death.
I know. I saw the last one. I
She'll
was like,
kill
she gassed.
herself.
I'm done
She'll
throwing
kill herself running. She doesn't care. That's what you need as a middle linebacker. You need
Yeah.
that. You need that heart.
She's
you
already
can't-
on point.
You know what you can't teach? Effort. You either have it or you don't. You either have it or you don't, Phil. That's how I got through everything. And I was never skilled, dude. I was just the guy that wouldn't quit. The annoying guy that would be playing defense on you a little too
15%
close.
luck, 15%.
100% concentrate, power of will. Whatever happened to
5%
them?
Brandon and
push.
Mike Shinoda?
Oh, nice. I think no, that wasn't
M.
that
Shinoda.
Fort Minor.
Yeah, it was M. Shinoda and boom, the other guy. But M. Shinoda was the rapper from Linkin Park. Mike Shinoda.
I didn't even know there was a rapper from Linkin Park.
Yeah, the guy who raps.
I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know. what
One
Linkin-
thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try.
I just thought that was just really passionate rock music.
Oh.
I didn't classify
you
as
don't-
rap in my
You
mind.
don't see the bars there, dude?
No, I guess I didn't open my third eye.
What about 311?
I like 311.
Yeah, here we go
They got a
for the
rap guy,
100th
too.
time. Hand
I
grenade
guess-
pins
I
at every
guess.
line. Throw them up and let something shine. Going out of my fucking mind.
I don't know,
Looking
'cause
out,
I think
no
that's
excuse.
Chester, though.
Find a new place to hang this noose. No, that's M. Shinoda. How dare you? Chester is, I dig it out, dig it deeper just to throw it away.
I could have swore he did the rap on that one. Maybe I'm just wrong.
Honestly,
wrong.
I have no proof.
You should fight.
I just,
I'm wrong.
I,
Yeah.
I came at
Go get
you.
the- go get the gloves.
Dude, should we just do a duel with the salt gun?
One glove each.
yeah, offhand too.
That'd be funny to do a duel, a one-step duel with a sock'em bopper.
Yeah.
We just turn around and haymaker each other. That would be hilarious, dude. But
That's why
also,
we should settle arguments on
dude,
here.
sock'em boppers are
Offhanded sock'em boppers.
that should be a 10-year-old age limit. I remember I went to a beach house with some friends
Oh.
in senior year, and their parents got sock'em boppers, and we were literally just knocking each other. Dude, it is literally you feel the fist real quick.
The bounce off.
It's a
of 'em,
second
bro.
of air, and then boom, I just got punched. What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're looking around like, was that chill? Like, he just kind of socked me with that thing. No one seems to be wanting to do anything about about it, and that really hurt.
Yeah, your head would bounce off the ground.
This is coming from a real experience that I'm just explaining. I got rocked by a sock and bopper. I'm like, did you guys see that?
Yeah, I got hit by a Hulk hand where I was like, those are not soft.
Right.
Like,
The whole can, the foam I think is a little better than the air, but still, if it's stiff.
but it's like you start to it's like foamy, and then there's one where you get hit and you feel the hand and kind of like the bar that they're gripping in the middle of it, and
So
you're
there
like,
was a bar in the middle of the
yeah.
whole can.
It like reinforces their hand. Their hand
Oh,
becomes,
you hold the bar.
Yeah, so it's like you're
brass
like,
it's like holding a roll of coins.
yes,
It's like
yeah.
opening your cross.
That's some street shit, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, if you get your hands on a Hulk hand in prison, watch out, dude. The big
getting
man,
jumped.
the big man in the
Hulk
cell.
smash.
Like, yo, who runs this cell? You'll know when you see him. He just has a big Hulk hand.
Hulking out.
Imagine jacking off with that thing, dude.
Oh man.
Hulk smash, Hulk smash, Hulk smash.
I'm getting horny.
That's my
you won't-
secret.
You won't like me when I'm horny.
I'm always horny.
Well, fellas, I think we're at the finish line. I can keep going. I don't care either way, but
The
Are we?
sun's approaching
I think we're
drastically.
pretty close to an hour. Yeah, the weather was great until the
Yeah.
last 10. So
Yeah,
this
we're
is-
at an hour and 3.
This is a good time if this is what we want to keep doing. I do think we took like 5 minutes to start
Yeah.
on me, so let's just go a little longer.
Yeah.
But anything notable happen to
You
you
ran
guys?
out of steam
Well, I
pretty
know. I'm
quick
just trying to think. I feel like I expelled everything that happened this week. I feel like
I'm trying to say I wrote.
the small scooter incident. You know, I had to walk last night, but that's okay. You play through. Yeah.
I'm going to Barton Springs with my brothers today.
All right.
fun.
You guys gonna lay out?
Which
Yeah,
side?
he's bringing his girlfriend to Austin for the first time. So I
He's
have to
bringing
go
his
do the
girlfriend to
whole-
Barton Springs. Has she been warned about the titties?
No, that's always the best part. Is getting to watch women come to Austin for the first time and realize that they matter too. Like not like in a different way. Austin's like it's a cool city in that way that it's like it's such a free city for everyone involved in it that women feel comfortable enough to go topless at a local like nature pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's a liberation to me for a woman to be able to take their top off like a man.
And
And then,
if you really
for-
pay
yeah.
attention, the lifeguards there have Escalade level tint on those sunglasses, and we all know why. And hey,
Oh,
you're a hero, dude. But don't get too distracted. That's another thing.
Hey,
Do we
keep
really
your
want
eyes on the
titties out?
pool.
Yeah.
Like, for the sake of the lifeguard, it better be gay dudes only.
Yeah, help! I'm drowning, and he's just like, give me 2 minutes, and I'll come
let me
save
try.
you.
Let me try mouth to tit.
Baseball, sliding in baseball, losing in baseball. All right, I'll
Yeah.
come save you.
She's
I'm already
not,
dead.
She's not breathing. Have you tried motorboating her?
y'all been out there. I'm sure y'all been out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always the guys with
But
the
it's only
bongos.
fake tits that are off. I don't see. There was no natties.
Yeah, if you pay money for them, you're definitely going to want to show them, I guess. But
Yeah, that's the time to do it. That's what I think. That's what Barton Springs is for. For every woman in Austin that pays top dollar for their tits, you get to go display them to the masses and the horny college students.
Dude, I should get some fake tits.
That'd be awesome. And,
Phil-
and just drop them at Barton.
Just like 2
There's going to be a link
Tell
in
no
the
one. Pull up in a hoodie. We're like, why is Phil in a hoodie? And then beautiful double
knockers.
D's.
Click the link in the
boys.
description. We're going to start a GoFundMe. Click the link in the description
Get
to donate to
Phil
Phil's tits.
tits.
Yeah, and you'll know it's going through, and all of a sudden you go to check the link
Oh.
in the bio, and it's all of a sudden an OnlyFans link. You go,
Dude,
you got him.
Phil,
You got him.
I have a pitch. Can we do an interactive fundraiser where if you donate, you get say on like the size and the position? Like,
Piercing.
basically, the fans get to create your tits together.
What if we do
I like that.
top donor? If you donate $15,000,
Top percentile
that
donor.
probably almost
Yeah.
pays for all the tits.
Right.
They get to titty fuck them one time.
You do.
Yeah,
get to-
yeah.
I'll floss 'em.
Oh, there
I'll
will be a
floss 'em.
there will be a donation column where you get a titty fuck Phil.
a titty fuck package.
That's it'll be silver gold titty fuck.
Or
Yeah,
if you're a woman
yeah.
and just want to play with them, that's fine too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but hopefully only men donate because that'd be fun for Phil.
I don't want to be fucked.
Phil, the titty. yeah,
I don't want to have
you-
titty sex with a man.
Yeah.
I own 50% equity
Oh,
in Phil's
man.
tits.
Steve-O was going to do this and backed out because the trans community said it was appropriation.
Really, really.
Yeah, really, little Kevin Gates.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You heard this? So but Steve-O's big stunt, because
I
now
remember
he
the tit
schedules
thing.
his stunt of the year ahead of
Yeah.
time. And he was taking estrogen, and then he was gonna get tits installed and just rock a pair of tits, but still be a straight guy. And the trans community was like, "Hey, bro, that's our thing. If you're gonna pay for anyone's tits, pay for mine. I'm trying to be a chick, whatever." And then he pulled out.
And they, yeah, never mind.
Pulled out.
Yeah, pulled out. Yeah.
Pulled out. And
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, he pulled out.
He went. Oh
What a
God,
gentleman.
tell me what to do.
which is something another thing a trans man wishes they could
And he
do.
pulled out and came on his tits.
This is the best idea ever.
That would be fun though if you had a pair of tits and you just sprayed them.
I would be.
I don't really have. I don't know about you guys. I don't have the velocity. I would have to be on one of those, those stretch machines where they lock your ankles and you hang down.
yeah,
That's the only way I could do that.
You have to let it just drip dry onto you, just dribble out onto you.
Yeah.
Need gravity to do its work. Yeah, that
Mine's more of a mist when it comes out.
nutting on on your own tits would be horrible because just the post nut clarity. When you have to clean up your own tits.
Also
and you're just
asking your lady, babe, can you get a cloth for my tits? I did it again. Yeah.
No.
That's great. What?
It's just cum. I was just,
you're just pretending there's cum on you.
Yeah, I was just diving deep into the act out for him.
And it's a little stringy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you smell it, you're like, I gotta eat.
How would you describe the smell of semen? I've
right,
tried
let's end
this
the pod.
before. Like it's like a toasty almond, like a toasted nut, like a warm toasted
Yeah, I
nut.
agree with
Maybe
Brandon.
we should end the pod's over. Captain's dogs. Woof, woof.
Cashew? You're saying cashew.
Oh no.
What about a peanut?